It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? It's time now for the Peter Channel 10 o'clock news on this late Thursday night, February 23rd, 2017. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins, and I have news and odds on this late Thursday night, February 23rd at the 10 o'clock hour. Here, top 3 at 10 is Richard Spencer, founder of the alt-right movement that seeks a whites-only state that strongly backed Donald Trump for president, was expelled from the Conservative Political Action Committee conference after being criticized from its main stage. Kim Jong-nam was killed by VX derby, according to the Malaysians, as Khalid Abu Bakr, Malaysian National Police Chief, spoke to reporters in Kuala Lumpur on Thursday. At the end of last year, after he went elected before he was inaugurated, President-elect Donald Trump decided to permanently set the U.S. and it included Cold War-era nuclear dominance. The White House on Thursday put states today to legalize recreation of U.S. marijuana on notice that the federal law enforcement agents could be targeting them soon. There was mixed reaction nationwide to a Wednesday order by the new administration and the Obama-era policy that allowed transgender students to use the bathroom that corresponded to gender and identity. The Justice Department will once again use private prison to house federal inmates, reversing an Obama-era directive to stop using facilities which officials said are deemed less safe and less effective than those run by the government. Stephen K. Bannon, President Trump's chief strategist, reassured conservatives at CBAC that everything was going according to plan. As Kellen tells and Vince McClure, the reassurance is different from Trump's stance. FBI officials refused a White House request to shoot down news stories alleged that Donald Trump associates communicated with Russian government officials during the campaign, CNN is reporting. Pope suggested it's better to be an atheist than a bad Christian. Cannonball, North Dakota, the main Standard Rock protest camp near the Decor access platform was cleared Thursday, a day after the deadline to leave the air expired, 4 days, he said. The gunman said he believed the man who was shot were Middle Eastern and Lafayette, Kansas police said that the victims were Indian individuals who worked in a garment. When numerous of medical at the former celebrity and apprentice anti-U-turn White House advisor needs to talk to President Donald Trump, she will simply stroll in the Oval Office. The allocation of today's suburb street in Anaheim began when a complaint coming in many neighbors of group of teenagers walked around the neighbor's yard on their way home from school. Stephen mentioned President spoof persuasive salesman for Trump and Campaign manifesto in his press TV interview with Secretary of Treasury on Thursday morning. Huber has been struggling in the reputation department. That most recent setback of former interview claimed that she was sexually harassed and help with that HR department offering zero support. Tesla plans to start its production in Soul City plant in Buffalo, New York this year. The Ultra Coast Trappist 1 will get about 40 light years from Earth, so it's at least 7 exoplanets, most likely black rewards the size of Earth and smaller. ESA astronaut Thomas Prescott traded image of the Dragon spacecraft hovering just below the space station on Thursday. If you're in the mythology, you're already familiar with the Pluto's spectacular namesake, the lovable dwarf planet is named after the Roman god in the inner world, also known as ancient Greek mythology. A huge genetic glacier just lost another chunk of ice, and we know because of the NASA. Dallas, a Salvadoran woman is seeking asylum in the United States, with returning to Texas detention center and spending almost 2 weeks in the hospital. Could your CrossFit workout take a toll on your sex life? Study from the University of North Carolina. Published this month in the Journal of Medicine and Science and Sports Exercise found that men who are successfully in the test may have low libido. Eating loads of fruits and vegetables 10 portions a day may give us long lasting. Researchers are studying by Imperial College of London calculated that eating habits can prevent 7.8 million premature deaths each year. Take a look at New England as a report in Linfield, Massachusetts. At working power, 596 same street at one-story gas station 3 hours ago. Peter Chill to time, 10:03 p.m. Time out for Sport Report. Tonight, the Boston Bruins will be taking on LA Kings in Los Angeles game time, 10:30 p.m. Okay, look at some other NHL scores. Chicago Blackhawks get in the Arizona Coyotes 5-3 for 4:53, 11 in the second period. 18:52, 11 in the third. National Predators leading the Colorado Avalanche 3-2. Calgary Flames leading the Tampa Bay Lightning 2-1 with 2:08 left in the third period. New York Islanders leading the Montreal Canadiens 2-0 with 1:13 left in the third period, and the New York Islanders Toronto Maple Leafs tied at 1 with 2 minutes left in the third. Portland Trailblazers over the London Magic 112-103. Detroit Pistons over the Charlotte Hornets 114-108. Houston Rockets over the New Orleans Pelicans 104-78 with 7:59 left in the fourth quarter. And the Cleveland Cavaliers over the New York Knicks 93-79 with 10:20 left in the fourth quarter. And the trade deadline passed Thursday, and the NBA landscape seemed remarkably unchanged, and all 7 day trades were put together by 3 p.m. The NBA tracking deadline lacked fireworks to the buzz, but there were plenty of movement. Los Angeles, there was enough time left this season on Channel 11 roster with the Boston Celtics giving a deal for Paul George to Thursday's NBA trade deadline. Tom Brady wipes on a ski jump, terrifies Patriots fans everywhere. but I hope he's okay. Because he's a tough guy. Peter Jones was on. And now, local news. Suspect charged in North Alberta smuggling cases. Ex-Treasury couple faced accusations in the past. And a man increases 7 acquaintance. Mansfield portion of School Street near Mansfield Crest that was closed to 1 hour. Lane of travel for about an hour Thursday morning after cars struck into the pole that occurred near the Interstate 45 overpass. We have a man charged with driving after collision. Rent the man charged stealing tools from stores in North Alberta and Attleboro. Run on woman accused of drunken driving in the North Alberta crash. And a Wayman van charged in car wash breaks in the Norton Car Wash. 32-year-old Kevin Dexter of South Wayman was arraigned Wednesday at a Provincial Court charged of breaking the cash for South at the West Main Street Car Wash last September. Peter Jones times now 11. Peter Jones time 10:05 on this Wednesday evening, and it's time now for a weather time for traffic and transit report. Beep beep. Let's have an invitation where the sunlight now so 5. Just a minor laser traffic on the commuter rail. The ferries, they are all looking good. Okay, looking at some highways and byways of New York City and Take a look at New York City where West Side Highway and northbound side, about 57th Street, all the way at the Bronx. If you are driving on the northbound side, so from Long Expressway all the way at the Harlem. Midtown Tunnel on both ends is slow. Queensboro Bridge to the westbound side is slow. 278 at the eastbound side, it is slow from Brooklyn Bridge Tunnel all the way to the Brooklyn Bridge. 698 both ends a little slow just ran the Grand Central Parkway. Long Expressway both ends battle on Queens. Long Expressway eastbound side a little slow on Queens. 295 on the northbound side of the Throxton Bridge, it's a little slow. Here's A4 westbound side back in Waterbury, Connecticut. A4 westbound side back on Route 91 in Hartford, Connecticut. 21 southbound side a little slow after Route 106 in West Bridgewater. Mass Park with westbound side. It is backed up from 7th Expressway all the way at the Austin Broad Tolls. Mass Park eastbound side. Little slow in Austin Broad Tolls here. And always and always Vermont, North Carolina. Lincoln Gate Center State 91 southbound side. Little slow in Linden, Vermont. And Ottawa 59 the northbound side. Little slow in 7 Quebec area. Towards Montreal and New York State. 87 the southbound side. Little slow up in Champlain, New York. Peter Childers Hobbs, 10:07 p.m. on this late Wednesday night, and it's time now for a weather report here. And it turned out to be a beautiful day in the weather department here. People got outside to take advantage of this beautiful weather. It kind of looked like a spring preview here. But take a look at radar, and it shows some popcorn clusters of showers and thunderstorms stretching west of Hyde Park, New York, and Newburgh, New York, and stretching around Marseille, New York, and stretching on northeast Pennsylvania from Tobiana and east Starbuck and went Scranton and Wilkes-Barre and went Berwick, Hazleton, and Shenandoah, Pottsville, and Sunbury. And gonna time to see where they're gonna be headed, and they're gonna be headed towards the east, northeast. So, Western Mass and Connecticut, you're gonna be next in these lines of showers and storms in the overnight hours here. Okay, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Okay, for our forecast going like this. That punch by wise, mostly clouds about 44 degrees. Southwest about 5 miles an hour, becoming calm after midnight. Friday, punch by 4, 10 a.m. Then. West, mostly clouds going to have at 63 degrees. Coming in 5 to 7 miles in the morning. Right now, slight chance of showers after midnight. There's a fog. After 9 p.m. West, mostly clouds about 45 degrees. South about 3 to 5 miles an hour. Transpiration 20%. For Saturday, chance of showers. May after 9 a.m. Areas of fog before 8 a.m. Otherwise, mostly clouds about 62 degrees. Light south wind increase at 6 to 11 miles in the morning. Transpiration 50%. New precipitation with less than 7 inches possible for Saturday. Rain and thunderstorms likely before 3 a.m. Then a slight chance of rain between 3 and 4 a.m. Mostly clouds got about low about 35 degrees. South about 9 to 30 miles coming in west after midnight. Winds good gust size 21 miles an hour. Transpiration 7%. For Sunday, mostly clouds about 45 about 27 degrees. Monday, mostly clouds got about 49 about 32 degrees. Tuesday, check the showers after 11 a.m. Put Sunday, mostly clouds about 50 about 36 degrees. Transpiration 40%. Wednesday, check the showers, mostly clouds about 50 to about 38 degrees, transpiration 45%. And for Thursday, check the showers, mostly clouds about 47 degrees, transpiration 30%. Okay, currently in Norton area, it is clear to Park Lighting, and we got a temperature of 45 degrees, and out of Mansfield, it is fair, and it's 44. And that's coming in for the Peter Channel 10 o'clock news, and it's late Thursday night, February 23rd, 2017. I'm Peter. Good night. What a good bye day, and I'll see you tomorrow with more. But I hope you all have a good night.